Pence meeting with small business owners in Jacksonville. It could hit the House floor on Thursday for a vote by the full chamber. There are still critics in the GOP party fearful of a backlash from voters who could lose their health insurance.
Be clear on this, though, folks. This is going to be a battle in Washington, D.C. All right? Obamacare's defenders are working hard, so we have to work harder. And we're counting on Florida. We need every Republican in Florida to support this bill and support the president's plan to repeal and replace Obamacare.
A Fox News poll out this week shows voters' opinions of Obamacare rising during the past 2 years. Right now, 50% are favorable to the law compared to 38% back in March of 2015. And Russian lawmakers calling for an audit of American media companies in their country. One parliament member pushing for it in response to what he calls repressing actions by the U.S. targeting Russia's state-funded news network, RT America. A U.S. congressman has introduced a bill allowing the Justice Department to investigate the network, saying it collaborates with the Kremlin to spread misinformation. And a state of emergency across much of Peru. Right now, at least 72 people have been killed because of widespread flooding and mudslides. More than 800 cities declaring an emergency from heavy rains. The capital city of Lima has been without water service since the start of the week. And Secretary of State Rex Tillerson wrapping up his trip to Asia. He met with Chinese leaders pushing for closer cooperation in dealing with North Korea's nuclear programs. Tillerson also arranging meetings next month between President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Pope Francis heading to Egypt. He hopes his visit will promote relations.
People tend to focus on the positives of global warming. What about the negatives? Here's one. Rising temperatures could shrink our mammals, making horses the size of cats. It's true. A new study found that warm-blooded animals got smaller at least twice in Earth's history when carbon dioxide levels soared and temperatures spiked as part of natural warming. Here's an example. 54 million years ago, when the planet suddenly heated up, an early mini horse, seen here next to a modern one, got 15% smaller. A researcher explained, these guys were probably about the size of maybe a dog. When they dwarfed, they may have gone down to the size of a cat. So could the same phenomenon happen again? Scientists think so. It could mean that a typical normal-sized horse like this one could be someday become small enough to sit in that nice lady's lap. And look what could happen to another large mammal. Oh, I could live with that, right? Why not?
That'd be awesome.
We don't let them in the circus anymore, Anthony.
No, mini elephants would be great. A new trend for everybody. I don't know. Besides, if you shrink a horse like that, the message Don Corleone could send to Walt wouldn't be as impressive. Just to say the least. That would be the word. He'd just be like, "What is this?"
Exactly. What about like a dozen of them, though?
Yeah, a bunch of quantity. You make it up in quantity.
Yeah.
Horse, little mini horse heads. I don't know. All this proves is that there was global warming before man ever built anything. So I think it just negates the whole global warming thing. It's ridiculous.
That makes sense.
My God.
Natural warming, right? I mean, like I said,
Yes.
54 million years ago, the climate changed so much.
Over
It
such a
shrunk
long amount of
horses.
time, the amount of change in the climate in the past 150 years is without precedent in history.
Really? When you had, what about the 65 million years ago when the comet hit the Earth?
In the past 100... That is the dumbest thing. I can't even believe I listened to it.
Facts are dumb to stupid people.
We're talking about man-made. Yes, at one point there was a meteor that hit the Earth.
Yeah. More than one point.
You are
there have been several points.
Oh. Well, look,
so let me
you know what? I like climate change research. You know who doesn't? Donald Trump. His budget today cut all of it.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of it being done in the private sphere, is there not? And on the university level, everyone's studying the climate these days, DeVore. Do we have to have, you know, the
I just want to add one other thing. We're also mammals. And can you imagine a Nihai Kumia?
That'd be
I don't know if
adorable.
that's cute or scary.
Again, little tiny Kumia writing letters to Richard Nixon.
Can you imagine like a flock of Nihai Kumias?
Just a little. Oh,
I think it'd be fine. Look, Michael Malice. Well, what do you think? What do you think of the idea of this, of the shrinking mammals?
I have a zoology background, unlike some people. So,
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Undergraduate?
No. My first job was writing for an aquarium magazine when I was in high school. Can you name two?
Oh,
excuse
really?
me.
A journalist? Oh, really? Dr. Malice. That's interesting.
Doctor, can you name two types of cloud formations and what they
I'm
look
sorry,
like?
this is not a quiz show.
Oh,
yeah.
Cumulus.
Nimbus.
Everyone gets cumulus and
You don't know anything.
cumulonimbus.
Let
Well,
me
what about
explain something.
Stratus? Oh yeah, come on. We were in the
Within the
Scouts.
last 10,000 years,
Nimbus.
all the megafauna were driven extinct from all over the world except for Africa. You had the ground sloths, you had the woolly mammoths, you had the cave bears, you had the cave lions. This happens intermittently. You had actually miniature mammoths off the coast of California within the last 3,000 years, contemporaneous with Homo sapiens. So this is something that happens very frequently, and other animals change and adapt. That's why you have the Indian elephant, you have the African elephant, you have different types of rhinoceroses.
Right. So we adapt. Madison, what do you think of the tiny woolly mammoths off
First
the
of all,
coast of California?
where are we finding these scientists, Tom? I'm a little concerned about that. But even if we were to say they're correct and this is going to happen, which,
Yeah.
again, I don't believe it, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
But I'm worried about, like, dogs and our house pets. So if horses are going to shrink down to dogs, how big are our dogs going to be?
Yeah.
You know,
The dogs are going way down.
my golden retriever, he's 80 pounds. He's 9 months old. But what would he be, 2 pounds? That's concerning to me.
Well, I think that
I care about my pets.
I think the pets are still going to be big because they're going to keep getting fed by the. Pets are getting bigger and bigger, are they not?
And we have air conditioning in the houses.
Yes.
They're getting smaller. You have like
So they
you're gonna
eat
bring-
But what is global warming going to do to them, Tom?
I don't know. And Madison, I think that this is scare tactics, you know? I mean, getting us all frightened of little horses running around the world. I mean, DeVore, you guys you're pulling out the big guns now. All right? Even I'm getting scared.
As you should be.
No.
As you should
Between
be.
this and postcards,
You know
it's
how hard
over.
horseshoes would be?
Tiny. You lick them and put them on.
Coming up, halftime with TV's Andy Levy. And a brand new episode of the Red Eye Podcast is available now. Subscribe on iTunes and on FoxNewsRadio.com.
The best suit you'll ever own is the one you design yourself. One that fits you perfectly. With personalized details, the finest Italian fabrics, and it's made right here in America.
Custom suits by Joseph Abboud, exclusively at Men's Warehouse.
Justina lost 34 pounds in just 17 weeks. Hydroxycut, America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand with over 100 million bottles sold, can help you start to lose that weight. It's time to reclaim your closet.
Hydroxycut really works.
You'll never guess who's calling. The office. This new eHarmony is insane! It's faster, easier, and now they show all the ways their matches are perfect for each other. I just sit down to a nice glass of... Darn, I need to borrow a couple of arrows. I was just gonna ask you the same thing.
The new eHarmony. Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
If you are suffering from an injury or living with chronic pain, please listen closely. This is Laser Touch One, a patented proven pain relief technology, FDA approved for pain relief at home without a prescription.
The pain in my back, the pain in my neck, it's just like, it's crushing. If I didn't have the Laser Touch One, I would be on disability or I'd be at home and be a very unhappy person.
The Laser Touch One is effective in treating arthritis, back pain, neck pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, TMJ, fibromyalgia, and any chronic or acute intractable pain.
The Laser Touch One combines two proven technologies, cold laser and microcurrent. When combined, produce amazing results. So what my patients find, instead of pain controlling them, they control their pain now.
In a clinical trial, 93% of those who participated and completed the study experienced pain relief. That's 93%. The Laser Touch One provides you drug-free pain relief without any harmful side effects.
I couldn't stand up. So I would just kind of throw myself forward to the wall and then kind of crawl down the wall until I could actually take a step. I don't even think about the pain anymore. And I think that's the biggest gift.
The Laser Touch One is not magic and it's not a miracle. It's based on science that is used in doctors' offices all over the country, all over the world every day.
I know the face of pain. I've seen people come in hopeless. Laser Touch One has helped thousands of patients, and I know it will work for you.
Call or log on now for our risk-free in-home trial. And we are so confident that if you don't experience pain relief, you can send it back for a full refund, including shipping. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Call or log on now.
Call 1-800-717-2826 or log on for your risk-free trial right now.
Save up to 80%. The Jewelry Exchange has 2-carat Heart of the Sea pendants for $69, half-carat hoop earrings $2.99, 1-carat $4.99, tennis bracelets $3.99 per carat, and diamond studs are $5.99 per carat. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange Direct.
Both men and women have trouble sleeping these days, so Ultrol contains 3 different effective sleep compounds that work on different parts of the brain for restful sleep for both men and women. Ultrol is like 3 sleeping pills in one. Try Ultrol for fast, restful sleep.
Welcome back. It's time to find out what we got wrong and what we missed from TV's Andy Levy over in the Red Eye News Deck.
Hey, Tom, happy Friday.
Friday?
Yes.
Big time.
Big time. Big league. Speaking of big league, the Trump budget will kill arts funding. I just want to be clear about the whole Sesame Street thing because it kept coming up. Yeah. HBO now has first-run rights to all the new Sesame Street shows, but after 9 months, they air on PBS stations at no charge. So assuming the stations don't go out of business, Sesame Street will still air on PBS. And that brings us to something you said, Tom. You said, Tom, no, you didn't say Tom. You said PBS, well, that would be weird if you had said that. You said PBS will be fine, that the federal money is only like 15% of their budget. Yeah. The thing is, you're right. In the big markets like New York, Boston, PBS will be fine and won't have any problems. Where they might be endangered by this is in the more rural and maybe suburban areas.
Yeah. They should, I think that the big city PBS should give them a little scratch.
So I got to wait 9 months to tweet about Sesame Street so I don't spoil it for the poor kids? That's what you're telling me? This is crazy.
Wow. I love when you live tweet about Sesame Street. It's weird. It's creepy.
Anthony, the poor kids can't afford Twitter.
Oh, that's true.
You know that. Malice, you talked about how these are the easiest possible cuts for a Republican to make, which I think is absolutely true. But I also think, what's his name, the budget director, Mulvaney or whatever, I think he's being a little disingenuous when he says stuff like, we can't ask coal miners to pay for PBS. They're not paying for PBS, are they?
Right. I think this has nothing to do, this is a statistical rounding error. The effect of the budget's absolutely nil. This is a cultural issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're paying for PBR.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
DeVore, I don't think Malice is pandering to conservatives. One thing about him, he believes all the crazy stuff he says.
And some of the not crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not pandering. It's just crazy fanaticism.
Yeah. Rambling. The term is rambling.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What a courageous man he is.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've been to North Korea.
On the other hand, DeVore, don't malign HR Puff and stuff.
It was not. It was a subpar market.
It was a great show.
Sesame Street.
I don't remember a thing about it other than it was a great show.
It was not a great show.
Witchy Poo, right?
No, that was the Bugaloos.
Oh. Charles Nelson Riley?
That was another one. That was Stigma and the Sea Monsters, I think.
that was Match Game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Ides of Trump postcards. Madison, I'm with you. Sending these cards, this does absolutely nothing to Trump. He will never see a single one of these. What it does is cause more work for postal carriers and whatever poor schlub that has to actually go through the White House mail.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Malice, you said what we're seeing here is how thoroughly the left has been defeated by Trump.
Yes.
Yeah, I love this sentence in the Mashable article. They said, quote, the independently organized event, the postcard sending, is spearheaded by 2 Californian resistance leaders. Oof.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you know, it's just these people want to feel like they're important and they matter. That's one of the big lies about democracy is telling everyone they matter, and most people don't matter, especially John DeVore.
Son of a...
You saw that one coming.
You know, remember back in 2009 when conservatives had their mental breakdown and they dressed up like Colonial Williamsburg? Does anyone remember that? I don't remember that when they lost their mind and they put on wigs.
Are you talking about the patriotic movement known as the Tea Party?
Yeah, it's doing a crackerjack job right now with legislation.
Anthony, you said you wrote to Nixon when you were a kid and got back a postcard from him that had his signature just stamped on it.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was probably dealing with some serious at the time. He was going through some things. You know?
That whole, the Nom thing and Watergate.
Yeah.
All right. I'll cut him some slack.
All right. Postcards are inherently dumb for the simple reason that all postal employees can read whatever it is you're sending. Like, I have considered sending postcards to my friends that say things like, hope the rash cleared up.
I loved your last erotic postcard, by the way.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Teens are apparently replacing drugs with iPhones. My main takeaway from this is teens suck at multitasking. What is the problem here? Oh, God. Kumi, I thought this was curious. When DeVore said, we can all agree Freebird is a great song, you kind of made a face. Did I misread that?
No, well, I was just wondering, it didn't make sense. I'm like, why is he using Freebird for this?
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a yo-yo.
All right. But you are agreeing it's a great song.
I love Freebird.
Okay.
It's a little overplayed.
A little
at this
overplayed,
point, but
especially if you grew up with WBAB.
Yes, out on Long Island.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's the national anthem, but we love it.
Oh, wow, you're going to get some tweets.
Freebird should be our national anthem.
DeVore, you talked about the internet affecting brains and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if there's a direct correlation with the smartphone thing and the drug use, but I have no doubt that long-term studies are going to show that the use of smartphones and stuff like that is completely rewiring our brains.
Right, and turning us into the Borg.
Yes, I think it's absolutely true.
Yeah. Singularity, Andy, it's coming.
Yeah. Madison, you talked about this being more about the fact that people can't afford drugs. I feel like anyone who wants drugs can afford drugs.
No, I don't agree
You just
with
give
you.
up other stuff like food.
No, but what if you don't have food or money?
You still.
Then how are you going to buy drugs?
Let me tell you a story.
This is what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
a happy story,
This is what I'm
but it's
saying.
one that should be told about what happens when you really want that drug. I'll dance for you, Michael. I don't want to, but I gotta have it.
God. I'm now having Requiem for a Dream flashback. Kumia, you said smartphones just make people waste a lot of time when they could be doing stuff like playing Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about things that are addictive.
Yeah.
Let's talk about video games, because I think more so, I'm thinking about Horizon Zero Dawn right now. I don't even know what I'm saying.
I have, and video game time is like, it's like shifted time.
Oh, absolutely.
Workout time is the longest time you'll ever spend.
Yes.
Video game time is like, I'll be up in 5 minutes.
Right.
And then you come back, your girlfriend or wife's hair is different color. Older. She's mad at you.
But you still, you are convinced it's 5 minutes.
Yes, because one more level.
Yeah,
I just got to get
absolutely.
one more level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, no, it really is. Climate change will lead to shrinking animals. Tom, why did you call this a negative aspect of climate change?
Because we want our animals the right size. You know, you ride a horse, you don't want your feet to touch in the ground.
Who's to say what the right size
Well,
is?
you're
though,
going to
Tom?
shrink too, though. So it's going to be proportionate.
I don't think we're going to shrink.
No.
We're going to be drinking our protein shakes and everything.
We can talk about that, Madison. And I was going to say this because DeVore, you said, well, humans are also mammals. The researchers say this does not apply to humans.
So no Nihai Gumia.
No,
Why?
so none of the guys have to worry about shrinkage.
Why wouldn't it apply?
I would love to hunt.
Why wouldn't it apply to humans, though?
Because we're going to get the crops and the food. You know, we'll get what we need. Those horsies are going to be chewing low-quality grass, and
We're
they're
going
going
to be dead.
Yeah, it has to do with the amount of fur or hair on your body or something like that.
I'll buy it. I don't care.
Yeah. And lastly, Anthony, you said if you shrink a horse, the message Don Corleone sends wouldn't be as impressive.
Yeah.
But you could have like a Lil Godfather series where they're all babies.
Lil, like L-I-L-I-L,
Yeah.
Lil Godfather.
Yeah.
What, you're just throwing a great idea out there to the masses,
Right?
and it's going to get stolen.
I know.
PBS should take it up.
I know. I got to go file. I have to go because I need to file that with the WGA.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Thank you, Andy. Coming up, a woman with the most unfortunate name. Trust me, you'll be glad it's not yours.
Let me talk to you about retirement. 401k is the most sound way to go. Let's talk asset allocation. Sure.
You seem knowledgeable, professional.
Would you trust me as your financial advisor?
I would.
I would indeed. Well, let's be clear here. I'm actually a DJ.
No way.
I have no financial experience at all.
That really is you.
If they're not a CFP pro, you just don't know. Find a certified financial planner professional who's thoroughly vetted at letsmakeaplan.org. CFP. Work with the highest standard.
Everyone wants to be Irish on St. Patrick's Day because the Irish have all the fun. Ancestry DNA can reveal your true Irish roots, even if you never knew they were there. With a simple DNA test, you can discover if you're Irish or one of 25 other ethnicities. So save 10% on Ancestry DNA right now and find out just how much fun you'll have. Save on Ancestry DNA through Sunday.
There's a voice in my head that drives my heel. It's my baby calling, says I need you here. And it's 4:30 and I'm shifting gear. When she is lonely and the longing gets too much, she sends the cable coming in from above. I don't need a bullet. Ow! We've got a thing, and that's called great our love. We've got a wave in the air.
Nice. Great our love.
Keep the good vibes of a great road trip going with a fully updated Motel 6. Still at the low prices you love. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
I had like memory foams, I had feather pillows, and I'd always wake up with neck pain. After sleeping on my pillow, I didn't wake up with the headaches, I was more aligned.
I didn't realize the connection between the pillow and sleep. When I switched to my pillow, I got a better night's sleep, and I love it.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned so you get the best night's sleep of your life.
MyPillow is machine washable and dryable and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and an amazing 10-year warranty. Plus, every MyPillow is made in the USA.
I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own. Take advantage of my famous offer and get 2 MyPillow premiums for one low price. Call or go to MyPillow.com. Be sure to use the promo code and I'll give you free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Are the credit cards in your wallet actually the best ones for you? At NerdWallet, we sort through over 1,700 credit cards to find the top cards for balance transfer, travel, earning rewards, and other perks. Using your unique info to narrow the search, NerdWallet makes it easy to find credit cards that work harder than the ones you have now. Stop missing out. Visit NerdWallet.com to find the cards that are made for you.
Live from America's News headquarters, I'm Marianne Rafferty. Another intruder near the White House, the second one in 5 days. Press Secretary Sean Spicer tweeted that someone jumped a bike rack on Pennsylvania Avenue, adding he didn't make it onto the White House grounds. Spicer said the Secret Service had, quote, great response. And the Trump administration unveiling specifications for the wall along the Mexican border. The contract notices call for a wall 30 feet high that is difficult to cut and climb through, and they want it to look good from the U.S. side. Proposals to build the wall are due to the government by March 29th. Meantime, North Korea claims it has successfully tested a new type of high-thrust engine to propel its rockets. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was present for the testing. North Korea had little to say, but did indicate the engine will be used in its space and satellite launching programs. Also, Starbucks Coffee going after the little guy. The coffee chain threatening to sue a one-man coffee kiosk in London called Starbucks Coffee. It's been run by an Iranian refugee for the past 5 years. The threat coming after the company says it would provide jobs for thousands of refugees in 75 countries. And a memorial service honoring actress Carrie Fisher and her mother, actress Debbie Reynolds, will be held later this month. Fisher died in December of a heart attack, with Reynolds passing a few days later. The family says a service will be held on March 25th. It'll be open to the public, and it will be streamed online for fans to watch. Sadly, rock and roll icon Chuck Berry has died. His first hit came back in 1955, launching a career that spanned 7 decades and included hits like Johnny B. Good and Sweet Little 16. Berry was 90. I'm Marianne Rafferty. Now back to Red Eye. For all your latest headlines, log on to foxnews.com.
For one New Jersey woman, the digital assistants Alexa and Siri have ruined her life. Meet Alexa Siri. That's S-E-A-R-Y. The 21-year-old student shares her name with the 2 popular pieces of tech, a situation she describes as a waking nightmare.
It started off when my first manager at my other job called me Siri all the time. We talked through headphones. She would say, Siri, come get the papers here, or Siri, do that. So I was like, okay, all right.
While Siri admits to using Siri on her phone, she refuses to get the Amazon Echo and Alexa. But here's the crazy thing. Not only does she share Siri's name, she's able to sound exactly like her.
The weather is... I'm terrible. The weather is very windy outside.
Wow, that's a solid impression, right?
She does these impersonations. You'd think it was the real people.
Look, hey, it's trouble. She's got the, would you change your name, Madison? I mean, like when you're in a cafe and someone orders the frozen Italian dessert known as Gessiotto, do you get confused?
No, I don't. But if I was a Alexa Siri, I would take advantage of it. I mean, she should be getting endorsements, try to go be, you know, the next face of Apple, the next face of Amazon. Use it to her advantage.
You're not kidding.
Make some money off it.
What's she doing? It's not a waking nightmare. She can. She's gonna. You know, she's on TV now. It's gonna work.
Exactly. Look, she's getting attention. And believe me, I have a friend. His name is Michael Hunt.
Yeah.
So he's got some issues too to deal with.
I don't understand.
Yeah, of course you don't.
Do you ever have him paged at the airport?
All the time. It's hilarious.
Why would Hunt Michael?
I don't know. It's just people have.
It's one of those things. I have one of the Alexa units there, but I change it to Echo. I don't like just saying, because you could change it and say Echo, what's the weather or something like that. I don't like that. I like the clapper from the old days because it could do the same thing. It turns your lights out and it doesn't rat you out to the FBI.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you don't like a human voice.
No, I don't like that at all. And it turns on out of nowhere. Like the other day, it turned on and started giving me an NPR update, and I didn't even ask for it.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there going, what is, I should just unplug it.
It's a problem not just for Alexa Siri, DeVore, but people are, you know, it orders you goods and services. You say something, and that, you know, a bunch of pantyhose shows up in the mail.
It could be the crowning achievement of capitalism that I'm in my apartment and I'm like, Alexa, my love, Alexa, the only woman who'll talk to me. Alexa, I need toilet paper, and then it shows up.
Yes.
It is an amazing thing.
You do love it, but it's funny, DeVore.
I don't know if I do love it, but I can't stop spending money.
Yeah. I don't get it though, because guys like you and Andy Levy, who they like the privacy. They don't like people knowing things about them. I'm willy-nilly with my privacy, Google, all this other stuff. But you guys have the Alexa. I wouldn't get it.
Why not?
Because I don't like that speaker listening to me. I don't like it.
Okay. Well, you know what else listens to you is your microwave.
Yeah, it does.
He doesn't have that either. He got rid of it.
2 days ago.
3 days. It's good.
Michael, what do you think?
Michael Malice. Look at DeVore. DeVore wants to host the show.
Can we put Alexa's picture up?
Alexa's picture? Yeah. Oh, you mean Alexa Siri?
Alexa Siri.
I'm sure we can do. I mean, you're not allowed to call for pictures, but I am. So go ahead and put a picture up there.
This is not going to be the face of anything. With those highlights and that limp hair and those
What are you talking? Wow.
I mean, maybe she'd be the
She's
Pringles
great
can.
looking. No.
No.
Shaming.
Look at her. She's fantastic.
Yes.
Alexa Siri.
And horrible. And I agree with you about the unit because it sounds like Hal from the Space Odyssey. It's too calm. It's too creepy.
Yeah.
I don't want it watching me when I'm strolling around the house in my boxers or not.
Yeah.
That's me time. So no games allowed.
Look, eventually you can fight it, but eventually your entire smart house is going to be voice activated. And it's going to be there for you.
I don't know why. To be Madison, I like typing. You can type it quickly. You know, if you want toilet paper, it doesn't take that long to type it, so I don't want it listening to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't have one. I won't get one, and I agree with you. And in regards to Miss Alexa Siri, I think she could be the face of it, and I think she was very personable and funny in her videos.
Fantastic. All right, Michael Malice. I don't like that attitude. Coming up,
answer.
Should you eat food that's been dropped on the floor? The 5-second rule is just minutes away.
Monday, you're gonna love the new stars of dancing. Mr. T, Charo, Rashad Jennings, Heather Morris, David Ross, Bonner Bolton, Nancy Kerrigan, Normani Corday, Erica Jane, Chris Kattan, Simone Biles, and Nick Viall. This season, dance with somebody you love. Dancing with the Stars premieres live Monday on ABC.
If you have Medicare Parts A and B and want more coverage, guess what? You can apply for a Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan whenever you want. No enrollment window, no waiting to apply. That means now may be a great time to shop for an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan. insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Medicare doesn't cover everything, and like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, these help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay. So don't wait. Call now to request your free decision guide. It could help you find the AARP Medicare supplement plan that works for you. These types of plans have no networks, so you get to choose any doctor who accepts Medicare patients. Rates are competitive, and they're the only plans of their kind endorsed by AARP. Remember, these plans let you apply all year round. So call today, because now's the perfect time to learn more. Go long.
Healthcare reform, the congressional budget, and the Supreme Court pick. How will Paul Ryan push the GOP's plans? The House Speaker responds in an exclusive interview, only on Fox News Sunday.
At Tiger Joe's, you'll find equipment ranging from complete fitness systems to workout accessories. We'll take the time to know your fitness background and teach you how to use the equipment that's right for you. Tiger Joe's Fitness Equipment, everything you need for a great workout.
The big game. Tip-off is in 30 minutes. And you're already shut out. But you've got Spectrum Internet with fast in-home Wi-Fi. So while your wife and her friends are binge-watching in your man cave, you and your bros can huddle around and catch the game in the she shed. Get the game-saving flexibility of Spectrum.